Hi everyone, welcome back. In the previous video I showed you how to change the section names and to rearrange the sections. In this video I will show you how to add blocks to your course shell. Now the end goal is to create a course template so that all your courses will look and feel the same. So let me show you how this is done. Once you're in editing mode, you can click on the draw icon there and it will expand this section. The blocks will be added to this particular section. I'll click on add a block and then I'll search for the calendar block. So the first block that we will be adding is the calendar block. I'll click on that and it will add a calendar to the course shell. Now this calendar we will use later in our course, where I will show you how to populate a calendar, a specific calendar for the students. Let's leave that for now. So we have our calendar block. The next block we will be adding is by clicking on add block, and then you'll see there is, when you scroll down, you'll see the latest badges. Now we will be adding badges later in the course, so I'll click on that. It will show the latest badges block here. Now for the rest of the blocks, we will be installing plugins. So let's go to Moodle's plugin directory. I'll go to moodle.org. Moodle, press enter on your keyboard and then click on the first link there. We'll click on plugins. And then in here we'll click on completion. I'll click on search. You'll see there are various blocks called completion, but the one we want to install is completion progress. So let's click on this. It will open in a new window. Click on versions and you'll see it's already on version 4.5, so we'll download that. Now depending on which version you are, you can download by clicking on the link next to the correct version. I'll download this one. So there you'll see it's downloaded. I'll go back to my site. I'll then open a new tab for site administration. I'll then click on plugins and then click on install plugins. And then I'll go and find there you'll see there's the plugin that I've just downloaded. I'll click on that and click on open and then click on upload this plugin. I'll then click on install plugin from the zip file. Continue. Scroll down, make sure that everything shows okay and make sure that you see the message your server environment meets all minimum requirements. Click on continue and then click on upgrade Moodle database now. On this screen click on continue and we can leave everything on its default and just click on save changes. So there we go. We can close this, go back to our course, and then when you click on add block now, you'll see that it's been added to the block section. So I'll click on that. So the block has been added and you'll see that there are no activities or resources with activity completion. So we still need to add activities to the course to make use of this block. The next block we will add is the AutoAttendance block. So we can go to our search box here and type in AutoAttendance. Click on search and then you'll see the AutoAttendance block. There's the AutoAttendance block. I'll open that. I'll make sure that I download the correct version. I'll go back to my site, open site administration. Click on plugins and then install plugins and then go and find the plugin that I've just downloaded. There's my plugin. I'll upload this file and then I'll install a zip file. I'll then click on continue. Make sure that my server environment meets all minimum requirements. I'll click on continue. I'll click on upgrade Moodle database now. And then I'll click on continue. I'll leave everything on its default and I'll click on save changes. So there's our second block. Let's go to our site. Let's just refresh this. We can add the block to our course shell. So let's just find the AutoAttendance block. I'll click on that and it will add the AutoAttendance block to my course shell. We won't be modifying it now, but once we have everything in our course, I'll show you how to modify this. Our third block that we will be adding is the stash block, and this is more for gamification. So let's go to our plugins here and type in stash. Click on search. So there you'll see the stash block. This is more for gamification, where we hide certain coins or elements and users need to find it. So I'll just open that. I'll click on the version and then I'll click on download the correct version, 4.5. I'll then go and install it by clicking on Site Administration, Plugins, and then Install Plugins. I'll click on Choose File, and then I'll find the stash plugin, upload it, and then install plugin from zip file, and then continue. I see this message and I can continue, and then I'll upgrade. I'll click on continue here, and now I'm ready to add the block to my course. I'll click on add block. If I scroll down to S, there you'll see the stash block. I'll click on that and it will add it to my course. Now this we still need to configure, but more on this later on. Remember, we're creating a course template, so let's just go through adding the blocks. I'll close this. The next block is also for gamification and it's called the level up block. So I'll go to the Moodle plugins directory and here I'll type in level up. I'll click on search. If we scroll down, you'll see there's level up XP gamification, level up XP availability, and level up XP enrollment. We'll use this one here. I'll then go to versions and then download the correct version. This is basically where we provide them points for completing activities. So a very useful plugin. I'll go to my site administration, go to plugins, and then go to install plugins, and then upload that particular plugin. Upload, and then install, continue. I'll make sure that everything is okay and click on continue, and then click on upgrade to Moodle database now, and then click on continue. I'll leave everything on its default because I'll come back to these settings. And if I refresh this now and add a block, you'll see that level up XP becomes available. So I'll add that. So there's my block. Usually I drag this to the top so that this becomes a more motivation for completing activities. So there. What this does is when you have activities in your course, you can then link it to the level up block and it will provide you with points as soon as you complete the activity, but more on that later. The last block we're going to add is called the completion levels. So I'll go to Moodle and then I'll type in completion levels and then click on search. You'll see when you scroll down, there's completion levels. This is basically where you can rank students based on their performance. Also a motivation and gamification feature. Click on versions. I'll then click on the correct version to download. I'll go to my site administration, go to plugins, and then go to install plugins. I'll go and grab the plugin that we've just downloaded and then upload this. Install, continue, and then scroll down to where we see continue. I'll then upgrade Moodle database now and then continue. I'll leave everything on its default and click on Save Changes. So there we're done. We've added all the installed all the blocks, I'll just add it here. I'll click on add a block. You'll see that that block is called completion levels. You'll see it here. I'll click on it and I'll just drag it to the top. Remember, we still need to configure it. So I'll just drag it above the calendar. Now we're done. Installed all the blocks and added all the blocks to our course shell. And now we're ready to back up and restore the course. As mentioned previously, we are going to use this as a template for all other courses on our Moodle site. To do that, we will need to export or back up this course and make sure that it becomes a template for all other courses. So let's back up this course. So make sure you click on More and then click on Course Reuse. In here you'll see there are various menu items. We'll use the backup item, menu item. And then here you'll see a lot of tick boxes. Please make sure you uncheck Include Users, Enrolled Users. There are no activities or resources, but we can leave that. Include blocks, yes. Include files, yes. Include filters, yes. Include badges. We don't have any badges. Include calendar events. We don't have any calendar events. Include question bank. We don't have any question banks yet. Include groups and groupings. No. Include competencies. No. Include custom fields. No. And leave everything on its, just these items checked. I'll click on Next. Again, I'll make sure that everything is checked there. We don't have to include the introduction section because each course has its own introduction section. I'll check everything there. I'll leave everything there checked. We can, of course, uncheck these because these are empty. And then click on Next. Then we give it a name. We'll call this course template. So this is our main course template. Make sure that .mbz is left in check. So that's the extension of this file, the backup file. I'll scroll down and click on Perform Backup. And now it will back up this particular course. You'll see it's 100% backed up. We can click on Continue. And you can scroll down to see where the course is that was just backed up. I'll click on Download. And there it's downloaded. Then I'll go back to Site Administration. I'll go to Courses and click on Manage Courses. Here I'll click on a category, new category. And I'll call this, I'll make sure that it's in the top category. And I'll call this will be my course template 101, and I'll create the category. So there you'll see my course template 101. I'll click on that, make sure that it's active. I'll then create a new course. This will become my course template course template. I'll give it a short name, course template 101, and I'll use that as my course ID. I'll leave everything on its default and I'll click on Save and Display. I can then remove these sections by clicking on the ellipses and removing them. So there's my empty course. You'll see there's no blocks. Everything is fine here. I'll then click on More and then click on Course Reuse. I'll then click on Restore. It will provide me with this upload area. I can click on Choose File again. Now I'll find the MBZ file, the main course template. I'll click on that. I'll click on Open and then I'll click on Upload this file. I'll then click on Restore. I'll scroll down and click on Continue. It will now ask me where do I want to restore this. Restore it as a new course, restore it into this course, or restore it into an existing course. So we could have chosen this one, but I'll choose restore into this course. I'll click on Continue. I'll scroll down, click on Next. Scroll down, click on Next again. I'll then scroll down to the bottom and click on Perform Restore. Once restored, you will see that there's our course template. There's all our section names. And here is all our blocks. So this becomes our course template. So each time your teachers or your administrators want to create a new course, you will use this template, but let's modify this template. So here you can specify in brackets, you can specify, so this should be the name. Press enter. So now they know they can use this as module name. Again, here we can specify name. Press enter, and then there as well. Just remove that. And then this as well. We can even do this. So let's say name. There's name. And there as well. And then the last one. So there's our template ready. In our template, we can even specify groups. We can even specify or modify the gradebook, but we won't do that. This is just for the purpose of this video. So now our template is ready for use, and we can populate it within any course we want. All our blocks is set up, but remember we still need to configure them.